Because what I want to know is, like, the VTube world has evolved so much. Obviously, in the time you've been doing VTubing, there's so many like artists and riggers now, and so many people in the industry. But when you were starting off, how did you go about getting your first avatar made, or even entering the VTubing world?
Oh my god. I used like free models for a long time. I would rotate different models because I was just doing it for fun. Like, I just wanted to make friends and stuff, and I like for like the first couple of years, like I just had like 5-10 people watching me, 15. I was just like, I just want to hang out and just like talk shit with my friends and just like talk to people online, and that's it. And I could barely stream anyway, because at the time I was still like really sick and I wasn't making any money from streaming, because it was just like a hobby. So I would only stream like 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, which is, to me, it's like nothing now. But back then it was like, holy shit, I'd stream for 1 hour, I feel like I'm gonna die. But then like after a while, I thought, maybe I should like start taking this seriously. And I had like I barely ever talk about this because it makes me uncomfortable, but I had like people like bullying me and doing some really like fucked up shit to me. So I was like, I think I'm just gonna make my own character and I'm just gonna take this seriously and I'm going to see where this takes me. So I sat down and I did the concept art for Iron Mouse, and oh my god, it was so hard finding somebody to make my model because at the time, no one shared who made their models. No one would talk about it. There was no crediting the model artist. Everybody would like keep it like hush hush. And I remember asking several VTubers that that I was like, hey, who made your model? They're like, oh, I can't tell you. It's like, what the fuck? Okay. All right. That's fine.
I try to be
I had some people be not so nice to me.
Yeah.
I always hate when
You
people
know?
do that when online, when they don't share like how they did something or how they learn it. 'Cause it's like, I feel like
it was just like
so much of our job is built on shared
Community,
information that
collaboration.
already existed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how many YouTube tutorials have you watched that have like helped you out, and then to turn around and be like, no, I don't want to share what I learned. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you wouldn't be here if it weren't for all the other people who are willing to share what they
exactly.
learned. So don't be
Exactly.
an ass about it.
Yeah.
So I hate when people do that. And also
yeah,
then
it
you're
was
just not giving people
kind of messed
credit.
up.
Yeah, that sucks.
And because no one was sharing, no one wanted to, so I just started going through the Face Rig Steam workshop, and I started seeing who was making avatars, and I was like, oh, well, here's a model that I've used quite a bit, and I emailed this Japanese person on through Gmail, and I went through like this like translation app, and I was like, okay, I need to make sure that they understand what I'm saying, and I sent them a message, and I'm like, I doubt that they're ever gonna talk to me or they're ever gonna answer me, but let's see. And I sent them a message, and then they answered me back, and they're like, sure, I'll make you a model. I was like,
Oh, wow.
wow, okay.
Damn.
And they did, and that was my first model artist, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them. So thank
Aw.
you. Shout out to you. I forgot. I don't know who
Shout out to you, random Japanese person.
Things move too fast. It happens.
Yes.
It happens.
Shout out to that one Japanese bro
You're
I
very
forgot the name
sweet.
of.
I just don't know their name anymore. I don't know their name anymore. Oh god.
Sorry, when did it start changing then, where people would start like actually crediting their VTuber like models? So I know now, like if you don't credit them on Twitter or something, like in your bio, it's kind of like frowned upon, right, or something, or stuff like
Yeah,
that.
too
Yeah,
long
definitely.
incoming, basically.
Yeah.
Like when did that change?
Yup. I think everything started changing once like HoloLive and like Nijisanji
That makes
and
sense.
Oh,
because
okay.
they started crediting, and then everybody in the indie scene was like, well, I guess we have to credit too then.
God damn it! I have to
You
credit
know?
people.
Goddamn corpos ruin it for everyone.
So you said you designed
Yeah.
you designed your first avatar yourself. What
I did.
what thought process goes behind that? Because me personally, I've never designed an OC. I know.
Yeah, I've never done it. Here's my OC.
You know, Joey,
Joey.
can you say the same?
I
yeah,
never
Joey?
had that. I never had that.
Never had that at all, Joey.
Never had that. I don't know what you're
Are you
talking about.
sure?
Never had that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you have a DeviantArt account, Joey?
No, I used to, but I deactivated it many years ago.
Well, because you're a pretty good artist as well, so you drew it, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Who else am I talking to?
You said that I'm a good artist?
Well, yeah, you do good artwork, right?
I do, but I just draw stuff that people don't want to look at.
Yeah, so did Picasso, but we're looking
No.
now.
Yeah. I think you just described an
Yeah,
artist.
I did. I did. I drew my own concept art. I sat down with myself and I was like, what do I want to be? And I was very close to becoming a bunny girl VTuber, but I was like, man, I just don't feel like that. And I have like, I grew up in a Catholic house, so I grew up with the whole like obsession with angels, demons, the devil, all this stuff. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna be a demon, and I think I'm just gonna be Satan.
Grew up in a Catholic house.
sense,
How about
makes
I
sense.
just be Satan, actually? Just
Yeah, so that is my VTuber persona. I am Satan. Oh, also, I just remember the name of the person who did my first model, Ketoma. Ketoma, shout out to Ketoma. I
Ketoma.
feel bad never crediting
Shout out
artists. You know.
Ketoma.
Sounds like
Yes,
a rock.
Ketoma.
so do you have a DeviantArt account, Mouse?
No,
You don't? You've never had one?
Nah, she definitely does.
You just
No,
hide
no.
it.
I don't. No, I don't. I would only ever do like traditional art. So like I've never done digital art.
Right.
So I never had a DeviantArt because I always felt like, oh, people who do DeviantArt just do like digital art, and I don't do that. I draw suffering anime girls with like nosebleeds and like their heads chopped off on like canvas.
That's so vague.
Did I ever tell you guys my story with Sydney's DeviantArt account?
What?
Okay, I guess I haven't.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
So
Oh
Sydney,
lord. Oh god.
Sydney, in this was way back when. This was like back in her Full Metal Alchemist days.
Wait.
When she was
had
in
a
like
Full Metal Alchemist Day.
no.
Wait.
She was obsessed with Edward Elric, and to be fair, this was in middle school, right?
I mean, who wasn't though?
Perfect time, by the way, to get into it.
She was obsessed with Edward Elric in middle school apparently, and she had a DeviantArt account.
Okay.
And
I don't like where this is
I
going.
don't like where this is going. I think it's gonna
Sydney,
be weird, isn't it?
being
It's gonna be so
the
weird.
normal, socially, normal, upstanding citizen that she was when she was in middle school,
Okay.
she would draw fan pictures of her making out with Edward Elric.
Oh my god.
And
Oh my god.
You have to show me this.
no. I cannot show you, right?
Why?
Because
Oh my god.
because fast forward, like fast forward all the years when I meet Sydney, right?
Okay.
And I get to know some of her friends. She had forgotten that this DeviantArt exists.
No.
So I'm
no.
in a call with one of her friends.
Yeah.
And this was before we started dating, but we're still speaking. And obviously we had an interest in each other, but I was talking to a friend and she was in the call.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, you want to see something? You want to see something funny?"
No, that's brutal.
Link Sydney's DeviantArt account, and
Oh my.
and I get the full view of her entire DeviantArt history.
Like when we say
Huh.
like making out, like how hot, like I want to know dates. Like
You want to know
hot-
deets?
How hot? How hot?
Are we talking like tongue and everything?
We're talking like fucking
Mario and Sonic
Like Mario
making
and
out.
Sonic
Mario and
making
Sonic making out.
Hell yeah!
But
You know what? Good on Sydney.
good on Sydney.
Good on
I
Sydney.
mean,
You know what?
personally, she was very embarrassed that I specifically got to see it.
Yeah.
And she immediately deleted her DeviantArt account.
Aww.
That's sad.
But
Relics lost to time.
Yeah.
I still view it as a very fond memory. A very funny memory, but a very, very fond memory.
Hey, look, you can't look. In my opinion, if you're an anime fan from your teens, you cannot go through your teen years as an anime fan without having those like really fucking awkward moments with anime.
Yeah.
It's just facts.
I mean,
like,
I didn't.
I mean,
Okay,
all right.
You didn't, Mouse?
What?
Who asked?
You're lying.
No.
You're lying so much.
You must be lying.
You are absolutely like you're a Sailor Moon fan. Of course, you went through that phase.
Did you not have a like a childhood anime crush? Because I swear every like
I mean,
every female friend I have,
Sydney's
there's
Sydney's
this
was
one.
Edward. What was yours, Mouse?
my anime crush.
Yeah.
Because I remember another friend of mine was
Thinking.
like had this total like phase with what's that guy from Inuyasha?
Sesshomaru.
Oh
Sesshomaru.
my God,
Oh my
Sesshomaru.
god! I found her old Crunchyroll account,
Oh, no.
and it was she had made like a tribute to Sesshomaru.
Oh, no.
Everyone has this dark history.
I mean,
swear.
look, Sesshomaru would.
Yeah.
100% would. Do you remember who you had a crush on, Mouse?
I mean, I guess like Mamoru from Sailor Moon, but like, see, I just like I don't know.
I mean, that's the problem with Sailor Moon is that there's like one dude.
Yeah.
That's it.
Isn't Tuxedo Mask?
Yeah, Mamoru.
Oh, he's Mamoru?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Oh, okay.
I would be honest, bro. I like Sailor Uranus better. Like,
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, were you like a Sailor Uranus, Sailor Neptune fan?
yeah,
Yeah.
that was me. That
Yeah.
was me.
that
The girls, you know.
Yeah.
I never watched it. I feel like I missed out. Like,
Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune awoke me to my like lesbian. Like,
Joey,
side.
Joey, how can you be a lesbian?
No. As in like my interest to like.
You,
The
way you worded that,
in
Joey.
lesbians.
No.
What are you
I didn't-
saying?
No, I didn't look at that and be like, maybe I'm a lesbian. I was like, no, as in like, because I watched that when I was when did that come out? I probably watched that when I was 13, 14, something like that when that came out.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And unlike in the West where it changed to cousins.
What?
What?
Yeah,
What?
you didn't know that?
What?
Yeah, they made them cousins.
They made them
Why?
cousins in the US version, which
because lesbians.
Doesn't that make it worse?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or maybe for
Yes.
the Alabama region.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
maybe
made it
yeah.
very
Alabama was
weird.
like, yeah.
Was this localized in the South?
Texas,
Yeah,
maybe?
probably
Texas, yeah.
In
Maybe
Texas,
it's
yeah.
in Texas.
Checks out.
No, they ain't fucking the cousins.
Yeah, so like, so there was no signs of that at all in the first, season of Sailor Moon, right? Like it was all, just like everyone was like, oh, Mamoru. But then Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune come out, and they're like really close, and I'm like, 13-year-old, 14-year-old me is like, what's going on? Like they're really close. And then in
Cinema.
that,
Cinema.
yeah, and then there's that one scene where they first kiss, and I was just like,
Wait, they
Silly.
kiss?
like cinema.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, let's go.
Wait, they kiss and they made them cousins?
Yeah.
There was like this hand holding dancing with their hand, like their hands. They were doing like these weird like hand movements, and it's like, oh yeah, they're cousins. And it's just like, ain't no cousins do not do that.
I don't know what the
I'm
fuck they
sorry,
were
I've
thinking.
never done that with my cousin.
No. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they changed that, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only kid though who grew up with that scene in Sailor Moon and was like, oh, hold on, girl on girl, it's kind of hot,
I'm trying to think of
Because I think we can all agree as straight guys, girl on girl stuff is pretty hot.
I too think
Am I
girl on
wrong
girl
in
stuff is
assuming
pretty
that?
hot. And I'm
yeah,
not
no,
a
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, you're not even a guy, Mouse, and you agree. Girl on girl stuff can be pretty goddamn hot.
When
I
I,
agree.
it's embarrassing. When I was like 13, I thought it was like because you're so self-conscious about how you're being like perceived and how you perceive yourself.
Sure.
When you go on the internet and you search things up, I thought it was gay to watch a guy having sex with a woman. I was like, that's so gay.
Wait, what?
I was like, I don't want to look at dick. I'm not gay. So I would like only Google like girl on girl because I'm definitely straight. I'm definitely straight. Like I don't want to see no pee-pee. No, Because you're a fucking dumb teenager. That's what you think is like right.
Oh my
Sorry,
god, you were
Mouse.
so
Sorry.
dumb.
Sorry. Yeah,
Oh my god, you just
What?
fucking
Very
fucking
dumb.
unlocked a core memory of mine
Oh,
of
no.
like the
Sorry,
first
Mouse, you're
time.
about to
Yeah, sorry, we're gonna
So
go really off topic.
we've gone off.
You've
the
seen
tangent.
enough Trash Days, man. You know how it goes. But that reminded me of the
Yeah,
first
it's fine.
time
Go
that
ahead.
fuck, how old was I? I was probably like also 13. Man, a lot of shit happened when I was 13 and 14.
So it's a very formative era.
Yeah, totally. But it was the first time like where I think it was just around the time when like kind of sharing Bluetooth videos
Oh yeah,
via phone was
I
like a
remember that.
big thing,
Yeah,
and like I
yeah.
remember
Scary Maze.
Yeah, Scary Maze, and like just the most low
The one with the
quality
car
videos.
going down.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, and then it's the screaming. But of course, you know, as a 13, 14-year-old boy, and also me who went to an all-boys school, you're going to start sharing porn, like really low-grade porn with one another. You always got it from like a, if you were in like year 8,
Tell
year
me,
9,
you came from an all-boys school.
Yeah.
Without telling me you came from an all-boys
it's like
school.
if you were in like year 8, year 9,
You
which
guys
I
act like
was,
that's just exclusive to guys. Girls did it too.
girls did it too.
I
Okay, I'm
don't
glad.
think they were as
Yeah.
willing to share though. Surely, I don't know what's going in Puerto Rico, but I don't know.
No, but I remember specifically, like, there was, like, one dude, it was, like, on the bus. He was
So
in the
you gotta
back of
see
the
this.
bus with his, like, fucking Motorola Razr phone,
Yeah, I
the flip
love
phone
those.
thing. And he was like, guys, check this out. And he started playing this, like, 120p,
Dude,
like,
yeah.
porn video.
Oh
And,
my
of course,
God.
all the guys are, like, gathered around it. And we're all watching it. And then I specifically remember, it was, like, near the end, where the guy, I guess, is just... there's this shot where it's just the girl, and everyone's like... Yeah, okay. This is pretty sick, really cool. And then for some reason in this porn, there's this scene, there's this shot where the camera for some reason pans up to the dude's face as he's nutting. And it was just like, I'm like, first of all, as a porn director, that's just a bad
No, the cameraman knew what he was doing.
I'm like, you
He knew what he was
completely
trying to
missed the
get.
money shot, and for some reason, just zooming in on this dude's face, just going, oh! And all of us in the back of the bus are just like, we're gay now. We just watched that.
Okay, well, you're just so because I felt like we were all told such dumb things when we were growing
Of
up. So you're
course.
always
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you're like, I'm so worried about this. It's just so stupid.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Kids are impressionable, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mouse, for subjecting you to that conversation. I do
Yes. I completely forgot what we were talking about. VTubing?
VTubing.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
VTubing.
let's get back on topic.